In the heart of West Africa lies a land of resilient people, vibrant culture, and untold surprises. Welcome to Burkina Faso, a country whose very name embodies pride and integrity. Burkina Faso, the homeland of Captain Ibrahim Traoré as president, is now dominating global media.
Ibrahim Traoré has spearheaded a bold transformation, breaking away from the...
Captain Ibrahim Traoré was sworn in as president.
And to other stories, it has been nearly 3 years since Captain Ibrahim Traoré took on the reins of leadership in Burkina Faso.
Since Traoré, Captain Ibrahim Traoré,
as he has sworn to fight imperialism in his country and across Africa. Today, we journey through 14 fascinating facts about Burkina Faso that will leave you speechless, each one unveiling a new layer of this remarkable nation. Let's begin. Welcome to the world of research. Welcome to the large family of WIN, Wisdom in Narrations. Burkina Faso translates to Land of Honest People, and it's more than just a name, it's a national ethos. Formerly a French colony known as Upper Volta, the country reclaimed a new identity in 1984 when President Thomas Sankara boldly renamed it Burkina Faso to break from its colonial past. The name is drawn from two languages, Burkina from the Mossi language, meaning honest or upright, and Faso from Dioula, meaning father's house or homeland. Together they signify a nation of integrity and dignity. Gaining independence on August 5, 1960, Burkina Faso has since proudly carried the banner of honesty and resilience. The people call themselves Burkinabe, and they strive to live up to the ideal of uprightness every day. This spirit of honor permeates society. You can feel it in the warm handshakes, the respectful greetings, and the earnest smiles that welcome visitors. In Burkina Faso, honesty isn't just a virtue, it's a way of life, and that genuine character is evident from the moment you arrive. The warmth of the Burkinabe people is immediate. In fact, even the capital city's name carries a message of hospitality. Welcome to Wagadugu, the bustling capital whose very name is a welcome mat. In the local Mure dialect, it's pronounced Wagadogo, literally meaning, "You are welcome here at home with us." Few capital cities in the world greet you with such open arms through their name alone. Home to roughly 2.5 million people, Wagadugu, or Waga for short, is the beating heart of Burkina Faso, a place where modern life mingles with tradition at every turn. The moment you set foot here, you might be greeted with a friendly "Ne Yiwindiga," that's hello in Mure, and you truly do feel at home. The city is known for its lively markets, tree-lined avenues, and a constant rhythm of activity. By day, the streets are alive with motorbikes and colorful stalls. By night, the air fills with the sound of distant drums and laughter. Despite being a capital city, Ouaga maintains a vibe of communal warmth. Strangers readily exchange greetings and share stories over a cup of sweet hibiscus tea. It's often said that in Wagadugu, nobody is a stranger for long. The name itself sets the tone. You are welcome here at home with us, a promise that visitors will be embraced like family. And indeed, the hospitality in this city is second to none, making every traveler feel they've found a second home. Venture just outside this welcoming capital, and you'll encounter one of Burkina Faso's most astonishing wonders, a village where hospitality extends to creatures most would fear. In a small village about 30 kilometers from Wagadugu, an unbelievable bond between humans and nature will leave you speechless. Welcome to Bazu, where villagers live side by side with over 100 sacred crocodiles in the local pond. Yes, you heard that right, crocodiles. Far from being feared, these razor-toothed reptiles are revered as protectors and friends. It's not unusual here to see a child casually sitting atop a massive crocodile's back as if it were a park bench. The villagers swim in the pond, fetch water, and go about daily life with giant crocs mere feet away. How is this possible? According to legend, during a severe drought centuries ago, a crocodile led local women to a hidden water source, saving the village from thirst. In gratitude, the people began honoring the crocodiles as sacred. To this day, annual festivals, called Kum Lakre, are held to thank these scaly guardians, with music, dance, and offerings for the crocs. The crocodiles of Bazu are surprisingly docile. Villagers feed them chickens and treat them with deep respect. Indeed, the crocs seem to understand they're among friends. They even have burials like family members when they die, honored in a crocodile cemetery. This mystical relationship has turned Bazu into a living legend. Tourists come from far and wide, hardly believing their eyes as they pose for photos inches from a calm, sun-basking crocodile. It's a scene that perfectly captures Burkinabe spirituality, a harmony between people and nature that defies expectations. The reverence for the crocodiles is just one example of Burkina Faso's rich tapestry of traditions. This is a country of many peoples, each with unique customs, yet bound together by unity. Burkina Faso is astonishingly diverse. Despite its relatively small size, it is home to over 60 different ethnic groups, each contributing its own colors to the cultural mosaic. The largest group is the Mossi, but you'll also meet the Fulani, Pule, Lobi, Bobo, Burunsi, Mande, and dozens more. Each community has its own language. In fact, an incredible variety of about 68 languages are spoken across the country. Walk through a market and you might hear snatches of Mure, Dioula, Fula, Gourmanche, and others mingling in the air. French, the colonial language, serves as the official language and lingua franca in schools and government.
Et ça va se poursuivre éventuellement à chaque département. Et l'idée, c'est de mettre un certain nombre de plantes.
But it's often a second or third tongue for many Burkinabe. This linguistic richness is matched by cultural variety, from distinctive clothing and crafts to housing styles and traditional foods. Every ethnic group adds something special. Yet despite differences, unity runs deep. There's even a popular saying that translates to, "The tongues are many, but the heart is one." Perhaps nothing demonstrates this unity better than music, but more on that soon. First, try a friendly greeting. Yam kibare, one might say in Mure, "How are you?" And the joyful reply, "Lafi bala, I am fine." In Burkina Faso's cultural mosaic, hospitality and respect are the common threads. People take pride in their ethnic heritage while also identifying strongly as Burkinabe. This harmony among dozens of cultures is a point of national pride. Diversity here isn't a source of division. It's celebrated as a source of strength, creating a society as richly patterned as the famed hand-woven Faso Danfani cloth worn by its people. One reason this diverse society holds together is a long-standing tradition of tolerance, not just cultural, but also religious. Burkina Faso exemplifies harmony among different faiths. One reason this diverse society holds together is a long-standing tradition of tolerance, not just cultural, but also religious. Burkina Faso exemplifies harmony among different faiths. Fact 5. Harmony of faiths. In Burkina Faso, mosques, churches, and traditional shrines stand not only side by side, but often hand in hand. This nation is a beacon of religious tolerance in West Africa. About 60% of Burkinabe are Muslim, predominantly Sunni, with a rich infusion of Sufi mysticism. Roughly 1/5 are Christian, mostly Catholic, with a Protestant minority, and a significant portion, around 15%, practice indigenous animist religions that honor ancestral and natural spirits. What's remarkable is how peacefully these faiths coexist. It's common to find members of the same family following different religions, yet celebrating each other's holidays. In the capital, the Grand Mosque and the city's Catholic Cathedral are only a few kilometers apart, each an icon of devotion and often visited by people of all faiths. In villages, Muslim and Christian neighbors join traditional animist ceremonies and vice versa. Burkina Faso literally means the land of honest people, and one honestly held value is acceptance. A Burkinabe saying goes, "The path to God is as diverse as the people who walk it." Even in times of regional tension, Burkina Faso long enjoyed a reputation as a place where religions live in harmony. An imam, a priest, and a traditional elder might share a friendly meal, discussing community issues together. This spirit was on display when Pope John Paul II visited in 1990 and addressed a crowd that included Muslims and animists, all welcoming him warmly. The country's peaceful interfaith relations have been tested in recent years by external extremist pressures, but the core ethos remains strong. Burkina Faso's people believe deeply in respecting each other's faith as part of the national fabric. In a world often divided by creed, this quiet harmony is truly inspiring. One thing that unites all Burkinabe, regardless of language or religion, is a shared love for music and dance. The rhythms of Burkina Faso are the heartbeat of its culture. Close your eyes and listen. You might hear the distant ding of a balafon, the steady pound of djembe drums, and voices raised in an ancient song. Music and dance are the lifeblood of Burkina Faso's heritage, integral to every community's identity. With over 60 ethnic groups, the country boasts an astounding variety of folk music styles. The balafon, a wooden xylophone with gourd resonators, is a beloved traditional instrument, producing vibrant, earthy melodies that can make your soul tremble. In villages, griots, traditional storytellers and praise singers, pluck the kora, a 21-string harp lute, or beat drums, passing down history in musical form. From the stately, ceremonial dances of the Mossi to the acrobatic mask dances of the Bois people, every dance has meaning. In the evenings, it's not uncommon to find a circle of villagers clapping and swaying around a fire, while skilled dancers twirl to the complex rhythms. Music accompanies every milestone: births, weddings, harvests, and feasts. Even in cities, modern Burkinabe pop and rap incorporate traditional beats, and live bands enliven the nightlife with a fusion of old and new. Perhaps the best time to experience this is during the biennial National Culture Week or regional festivals, where troops from all over the country perform. The energy is contagious. You might find yourself tapping your feet or joining a dance before you realize it. As one saying goes, in Burkina, the drumbeat is the pulse of society. Indeed, music often serves as a form of communication and community bonding. Whether it's the reverent chants in a village ritual or the joyous dancing at a celebration, the rhythms of Burkina Faso will stir your heart. It's a place where life itself seems to dance, and everyone is invited to join in. In some traditions, music and dance go beyond entertainment. They become a bridge to the spiritual world. Nowhere is this more dramatic than in Burkina Faso's famous Festival of Masks, where ancient spirits are said to speak through dancers. Under the beating sun of the dry season, in an arena filled with spectators, a troupe of dancers adorned in spectacular masks begin to move. The drums thunder faster and faster. Suddenly, it feels as if something otherworldly is present. Welcome to Festima, the international festival of masks and arts in Wagadugu, Burkina Faso, the largest traditional mask festival in West Africa. Hundreds of masks from across West Africa, carved wood masks, fiber masks, towering headpieces, come to life here. But this is more than a performance. In Burkinabe animist culture, masks are sacred, used in ceremonies to connect with the spirit world. During masquerades, it's believed that the mask wearer is transformed into a living spirit. As Al Jazeera vividly described, The frantic music and dancing transform the mask wearer into a spirit which communicates with ancestors. Indeed, when a dancer dons the fearsome mask of, say, a bush buffalo or a spirit deity and begins whirling in dust to the wild rhythms, many locals believe an ancestral spirit now moves among them. A translator or wise elder might stand by, interpreting the messages the spirit delivers through the dance. The identity of dancers is kept secret. To reveal it would break the magic. Some masks are so sacred that legend says if they unleashed their full power, cameras would capture only a blur. The atmosphere at Festima is electric and a bit eerie in the most captivating way. You see masks shaped like enormous butterflies, crocodiles, antelopes, and mythical beings, each tied to the folklore of a village. The festival is also a proud celebration of cultural heritage, a way to preserve traditions in the modern age. Underlying it all is the belief that the spirits of the ancestors are guiding and protecting the community as long as the masks continue to dance. For outsiders, it's a jaw-dropping spectacle. For Burkinabe, it's a sacred duty and a moment of communion with the unseen. When the drums finally cease and the masks come off, one cannot help but feel that they witnessed something ancient, mysterious, and profoundly beautiful. An experience where the line between the living and the spirit world blurs, even if just for a night. From mystical masked dances, let's shift to another emblematic figure of Burkina Faso's culture. Not human or spirit, but equine. Yes, we're talking about horses, and a national symbol that will surprise you. If you travel across the savannas of Burkina Faso, especially in the north, you might encounter a striking sight: proud riders galloping on horseback, wearing wide-brimmed hats and flowing garments. These are the cowboys of West Africa. In fact, Burkina Faso has a deep horse-riding heritage, earning its people this unique nickname. The national symbol of Burkina Faso is the white stallion, a nod to the importance of horses in the country's history and culture. This symbol is no accident. The legendary Mossi kingdoms that ruled much of Burkina were founded by horsemen, and to this day, certain communities, like the Mossi and Fulani, hold horses in almost mystical esteem. The Fulani even have a saying: "A horse is your wife, your car, your colleague, your best friend." That pretty much says it all. Horses are a source of pride. They represent strength, mobility, and freedom. Equestrian festivals are popular, where riders perform daring tricks at full gallop, and impeccably groomed stallions are paraded like royalty. In rural areas, you'll see horses not just used for farming or transport, but also adorned in colorful finery during celebrations. One famous figure from Burkinabe lore is Princess Yenenga, a warrior maiden from the 12th century who was an expert horsewoman. More on her in the bonus segment. Her beloved stallion carried her into a new land where she founded the Mossi lineage. It's said that the name of her son, Ouedraogo, literally means stallion, honoring the horse that helped create a nation. To this day, many boys are named Ouedraogo in tribute. The national football team proudly calls itself Les Étalons, the Stallions. From folklore to daily life, the bond between Burkinabe and their horses is a point of cultural pride. Watching a skilled rider racing across the golden plains at sunset, you might think you'd stumbled into a spaghetti western, but this is West Africa, and the tradition is very much homegrown. In Burkina Faso, the cowboy spirit lives on, forged in the bond between a person and their horse. Burkina Faso happens to host another mega event, the largest crafts fair in Africa. If you love handmade art, you're in for a treat. Picture a vast fairground filled with vibrant stalls as far as the eye can see, fabrics dyed in every color of the rainbow, intricate wood carvings, gleaming bronze sculptures, hand-woven baskets and textiles, jewelry, leatherwork, and art pieces from all corners of Africa. This is Sayayo, the Wagadugu International Art and Craft Fair, which has earned Burkina Faso the reputation of hosting the largest craft market in all of Africa. Every 2 years, typically in October-November, artisans from over 30 African countries and thousands of visitors converge on Ouaga for this grand expo of creativity. The fair was actually founded in 1984 by President Thomas Sankara during his Cultural Revolution as a way to celebrate African artisanship and promote economic self-reliance. And what a success it has been. Wandering through Sayao, you can watch Malian weavers at their looms, Nigerian bronze casters demonstrating their craft, Ghanaian kente cloth on display, Tuareg silversmiths shaping jewelry, and Burkinabe potters firing clay in traditional kilns, all in one place. It's an overwhelming feast for the senses, the rich smell of leather, the sound of haggling in French and local languages, the sight of so much artistry in one spot. Beyond commerce, it's a cultural exchange where traditions are shared and preserved. Burkina Faso's own artisans are stars of the show too. The country is famous for its bronze casting, using the ancient lost wax technique, its vibrant indigo textiles, and elaborate masks and figurines carved from wood. In fact, bronze working in Wagadugu's Nyongzin quarter dates back generations and continues to thrive. During the craft fair, Ouaga truly becomes the capital of African handicrafts, a source of pride for the nation. For the Burkinabe economy, Sayao is a big boost, but more than that, it reinforces a continental identity, African solutions by African hands. Visitors leave with suitcases full of beautiful items and hearts full of admiration for the skill on display. It's no wonder Burkina Faso is hailed as a leader in African art and culture, hosting this grand celebration of creativity that, much like the country itself, honors tradition while encouraging innovation. We've now seen how Burkina Faso honors its culture and art. But to truly understand Burkina's spirit, one must know the story of a man who forever changed the nation's course. Our next fact takes a dramatic turn into history and politics with the tale of a revolutionary hero. Charismatic, radical, and brimming with idealism, Captain Thomas Sankara was unlike any leader Africa had seen. In 1983, at just 33 years old, he seized power in a popular coup and embarked on an ambitious plan to transform his impoverished country.
Une arme qui peut cracher le feu et la mort, et que l'on peut recevoir des ordres en se mettant en garde à vous devant un drapeau, sans savoir à qui profite cet ordre, à qui profite ce fusil, eh bien, on devient un criminel en puissance qui n'attend que le déclic pour semer la terreur autour de soi.
In just 4 years, Sankara implemented sweeping progressive reforms that earned him the nickname Africa's Che Guevara. He slashed government salaries, including his own, and sold off luxury cars, insisting that officials drive modest vehicles and live simply. He launched mass vaccination campaigns that inoculated millions of children against meningitis, yellow fever, and measles, a public health feat applauded worldwide. He started a nationwide literacy program, built schools and clinics, and pushed for environmental renewal by planting millions of trees to combat the Sahel's desertification. Perhaps most boldly, Sankara championed women's rights in a way unheard of in that era. He outlawed forced marriages and female genital mutilation, promoted women into leadership, and encouraged women to work and wear what they wanted. He famously declared, "The revolution and women's liberation go together," making gender equality a pillar of his agenda decades before it was common rhetoric. It was Thomas Sankara who renamed the country from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, land of honest people, to instill a new national pride free from colonial legacies. He even composed a new national anthem, a stirring piece called Ditanier, Anthem of Victory, with lyrics about the motherland or death, we shall overcome. Under his leadership, people felt a sense of self-reliance blooming. He promoted the slogan, "Consume what we produce," to reduce dependency. But this fervent drive for change also made enemies among those elites and external powers whose interests were challenged. Tragically, in October 1987, Thomas Sankara was assassinated, cut down by a coup led by his former friend Blaise Compaoré. Sankara was just 37. His death sent shockwaves through Africa. Compaoré would reverse many of Sankara's policies and rule for 27 years, but Sankara's legacy refused to die. Today, murals of Sankara adorn walls, and he remains a folk hero, the embodiment of youthful idealism and integrity. Many Burkinabe, especially the young, still invoke Sankara's vision in calls for justice and change. His story is Shakespearean in its drama, a meteoric rise, a hopeful renaissance, and a martyr's fall. Yet, the ideas he planted of honesty, self-determination, and equality continue to inspire Burkina Faso and beyond. In the heart of Wagadugu, a towering statue of Sankara with his fist raised now stands, as if still leading the revolution he began. Sankara often spoke of the future belonging to the youth, and in Burkina Faso, the youth indeed defined the nation. Next, we uncover a startling demographic fact that is shaping the country's destiny. Close your eyes and imagine a crowd in Burkina Faso, say at a market or a concert. 2 out of every 3 people in that crowd are likely under the age of 25. It's true, Burkina Faso has one of the youngest populations in the world. More than 65% of Burkinabe are under 25 years old, and the median age is around just 17. This youthful profile is a result of high birth rates. For decades, the average Burkinabe woman had 6 or more children in her lifetime. The population has swelled from about 4 million at independence to over 22 million today, growing 5-fold in half a century. What does this mean? On one hand, a huge reservoir of energy, creativity, and potential. The youth are the ones driving new music scenes, tech startups, and social change movements. Walk through Ouaga's streets and you'll see young entrepreneurs selling innovative gadgets by the roadside, teenage girls confidently pursuing their education in greater numbers than their mothers could, and boys kicking around a football, dreaming of becoming the next sports star. This youthful dynamism is an asset. As Thomas Sankara once said, "Our country produces more brains than grain." A large, vibrant workforce could, with the right opportunities, lift the nation to new heights. In the words of a local proverb, children are the tomorrow of the village, and Burkina Faso has a lot of tomorrow. The government and civil society know that investing in youth through education, job training, and empowerment is investing in the country's future. As one young Burkinabe activist put it, "We are not just the future, we are the present. Give us the tools, and we will build a nation beyond anyone's imagination." In this youthful nation, the coming decades will indeed be shaped by the dreams and determination of its rising generation. With so many young citizens, providing livelihoods is crucial. Our next fact delves into the backbone of Burkina Faso's economy, a tale of cotton fields and gold mines that underpins daily life and development. Every year when the rains arrive in June, much of Burkina Faso undergoes a transformation. Millions of people leave their villages for the fields, and the countryside turns into a patchwork of green as sorghum, millet, maize, and rice spring from the earth. Agriculture is truly the backbone of Burkina's economy and society. An astonishing 80% of the population engages in subsistence farming, tending small family plots, mostly by hand and simple tools. They grow staples to feed their families: grains, peanuts, yams, okra, and if the rains are good, maybe a surplus to sell. Life follows the cycle of planting and harvest. During the peak farming months, some villages practically empty out by day as everyone is in the fields. One crop, however, stands out: cotton, often called white gold. Burkina Faso is one of Africa's top cotton producers, in some years the largest on the continent. You'll see vast cotton fields and ginning factories dotting the landscape. Cotton has been a cash crop lifeline, earning crucial export revenue. By 2010, Burkina even pioneered genetically modified cotton seeds to boost yields, becoming Africa's second largest grower of biotech crops at that time. So if you've ever worn a cotton t-shirt, there's a chance the cotton came from a Burkinabe farmer's plot. Yet, ironically, the biggest export of Burkina Faso today isn't cotton or crops, it's gold. In recent decades, rich veins of gold were discovered under the soil. Gold mining has boomed, and now Burkina is Africa's fourth largest gold producer, exporting tens of tons of gold each year. Industrial mines have sprung up, and artisanal miners also flock to sites seeking fortune. Gold has overtaken cotton as the top earner, bringing in foreign companies and revenue, but also bringing new challenges, from environmental impacts to local disputes over mining benefits. Still, the government hopes gold can fund development projects and infrastructure that agriculture alone could not. There's a poignant duality. Above ground, farmers coax life from the earth. Below ground, miners extract its hidden treasures. Both toil under the same hot sun, both hope for prosperity. Burkina Faso's economy thus straddles the traditional and the modern, plows and pickaxes, plantings and pits. The balance isn't easy. Global gold prices fluctuate, and a bad drought can devastate harvests. But in the face of these challenges, Burkinabe show remarkable resilience. The government has been encouraging crop diversification, such as sesame and cashews, and local processing to reduce reliance on any one commodity. Whether in the cotton fields or the gold mines, the spirit is the same: hard-working people striving to turn the riches of their land into a better life. The hope is that one day, the wealth from Burkina's soil, both the white cotton and the yellow gold, will translate into prosperity that reaches every village and every family. Amid this economic struggle and hope, Burkina Faso's land itself is a source of wonder. Next, we explore the country's natural beauty and wildlife, a side of Burkina that often surprises outsiders expecting only deserts. Burkina Faso may not have the fame of a safari destination, but step into its wild spaces and you'll find a world teeming with life and beauty. The country's terrain ranges from the arid Sahel in the north to lush greeneries in the south, creating habitats for a variety of wildlife. In fact, Burkina is home to an impressive array of animals: majestic elephants roaming in herds, stealthy leopards prowling the bush, lions commanding the savanna, and even crocodiles and hippopotamuses wallowing in its waters. The southeastern part of Burkina Faso is part of the vast Arli Pendjari complex, a UNESCO World Heritage listed network of national parks shared with Niger and Benin. In Arli National Park and the adjacent Pendjari across the border, one can witness classic African megafauna: elephants bathing in rivers, buffalo and antelope grazing the plains, baboons chattering in the trees, and if lucky, a pride of lions lounging in the shade. The W National Park, named for the W-shaped bend in the Niger River, is another gem, a wild expanse where Burkina, Niger, and Benin meet, harboring everything from cheetahs to rare birds. Speaking of birds, Burkina is a paradise for birdwatchers during the migratory season, with hundreds of species coloring the skies. Beyond the animals, the landscapes have their own magic. In the southwest, near the city of Banfora, you'll find the stunning Karfigela waterfalls, where cool cascades tumble down lush rocks, a refreshing oasis in the heat. Not far from there are the surreal domes of Wagadugu, rounded rock formations that look like giant petrified mushrooms. and stretching toward the horizon are the Sindhu Peaks, a lost world of eerie, narrow rock spires formed by millennia of wind erosion. In the north, the Sahelian sands hold their own austere beauty, dotted with resilient thorn trees and the occasional camel caravan trudging toward market. The country is generally sunny and hot, but it does have a rainy season, roughly June to September, when dry creek beds turn into rivers and the dusty land bursts into green. During these months, places like Lake Tengrela brim with water lilies and are known for their friendly hippos, which locals believe to be peaceful spirits. Burkina Faso also hosts one of Africa's largest protected partial reserves, Nzinga, known especially for its elephant population. Visitors there often wake to the sight of elephants nonchalantly strolling past the lodge. And who could forget the sacred crocodiles of Sabu, much like Bazu, another village where crocs and people coexist. In short, Burkina Faso's natural heritage is rich and diverse. From picturesque rock formations and waterfalls to the roar of a lion across the savannah at dusk, the country has a quiet, underappreciated beauty. Those who venture off the beaten path here often find themselves in awe, not just of the cultural warmth of Burkina's people, but of the wild heart that beats in its landscapes. As our journey nears its end, throughout all these stories, from ancient times to modern days, there runs a powerful current of strength and grace, the women and girls of Burkina Faso. Let's shine a light on their inspiring role. In Burkina Faso, when you look at the bustling markets, the golden fields, the classrooms, and even the halls of power, you will see the women and girls of Burkina Faso carrying the nation forward, sometimes literally, with baskets balanced on their heads, always figuratively, with determination in their hearts. This part is dedicated to Burkinabe women whose beauty, strength, and cultural contributions are the backbone of the country. Burkina Faso's women are renowned for their resilience and hard work. They are farmers planting and harvesting under the scorching sun, entrepreneurs trading goods across borders, artisans weaving brilliant textiles, and scholars pursuing higher education against the odds. In rural areas, women often till the fields, tend to children, and craft traditional pottery or shea butter in what little free time remains. In cities, they are doctors, engineers, and market leaders. The International Art and Craft Fair, SIAO, often showcases cooperatives of women artisans whose crafts not only preserve culture, but also provide livelihoods. Culturally, women hold families and communities together. Visit a Burkinabe household at mealtime. You'll likely see a grandmother gracefully serving tou, millet porridge, with a flavorful sauce, a mother dividing portions, making sure everyone is fed, and young girls learning the recipes that have been passed down for generations. Their labor is often unsung, yet indispensable. As a proverb goes, the woman is the backbone of the house. In Burkina, one might say women are the backbone of the nation. However, it's not just about labor and duty. Burkinabe women are keepers of cultural heritage and champions of progress. They perform the soulful songs and dances that maintain community bonds. Women's initiation rites and ceremonies in various ethnic groups carry deep meaning and are led by elder women who serve as spiritual guides. Traditional attire on special occasions often includes elaborate head wraps and hand-woven cloth, symbolizing both the beauty and craftsmanship of the women who wear them. Yet, even as they uphold tradition, many women have also led change. Burkina Faso has seen courageous women activists and leaders, from Mariam Sankara, the former First Lady who continued campaigning for justice after her husband Thomas Sankara's assassination, to grassroots organizers fighting for girls' education and against early marriage. Women's rights in Burkina Faso have historically lagged. For instance, women couldn't vote until well into the 20th century, and even today, They face challenges like limited inheritance rights and access to land. But Burkinabe women are pushing boundaries. They have increased their presence in government and entrepreneurship, though still underrepresented, and are vocal in peace-building efforts amid recent conflicts. One shining example is the late Sali Ouattara, one of the first female pilots in West Africa, who inspired a generation of girls to aim for the skies, or Apolline Traoré, an acclaimed Burkinabe film director whose movies have won international awards, a female voice at FESPACO making waves, or Bibata Ouedraogo, a noted activist championing women's health and rights in rural areas. The beauty of Burkinabe women is often spoken of, not just physical beauty in their radiant smiles and colorful dress, but the inner beauty of courage and compassion. During the harsh droughts or tough economic times, it's often the women who find a way to stretch resources, to keep children fed, and to uplift each other through solidarity groups and microloans. And their strength, whether it's the physical strength of carrying heavy loads of firewood on their heads for miles, or the emotional strength of holding families together through uncertainty, is legendary. It's telling that one of Thomas Sankara's most famous quotes about women in Burkina Faso is both a tribute and a rallying cry. He said, "Comrades, there is no true social revolution without the liberation of women. May my eyes never see and my feet never take me to a society where half the people are held in silence." Sankara believed empowering women was essential for the nation's progress, and during his time, he appointed women to high positions and encouraged them to break free of societal shackles. His words still resonate as both prophecy and challenge. Today, the sight of Burkinabe schoolgirls in uniform walking determinedly to class, or women engineers overseeing construction projects in Wagadugu, shows how far things have come. From a name that inspires honesty, to crocodiles that inspire wonder, from masked dances that call upon spirits, to youth brimming with promise, from the revolutionary ideals of a fallen hero, to the everyday heroism of its women, Burkina Faso is a land of many stories. It's a place where ancient traditions and modern aspirations coexist, where the human spirit shines against all odds. We hope this journey has left you as spellbound as we are. Next time you think of West Africa, remember the humble yet extraordinary land of upright people. As the Burkinabe say in Jula, Iniche, thank you for listening, and Ni ala kefo, may we meet again. Until our next adventure, au revoir from Burkina Faso, a country whose heart and soul will indeed leave you speechless. Thanks for watching. I wish you better life, foods, and money. Stay in the Big Wins family.